Today, we're reading Little Rabbit's Kwanzaa by Donna L. Washington. Little Rabbit was not having a very good Kwanzaa. Being the littlest rabbit in the family wasn't easy. He couldn't remember the names of all the days he wasn't allowed to light the candles. His brothers and sisters made wonderful gifts to share. Little Rabbit was too embarrassed to share his gifts. He hated being the youngest. He was always the way, and everyone told him he was too little to help. The only part of Kwanzaa that he really loved was the big feast called Karamu. This year, he wasn't even going to have that. Granna Rabbit was sick. She lay in bed all day drinking dandelion tea. Momma Rabbit was so busy taking care of her, she didn't have time to cook. Mama, if Granna Rabbit is sick, who will make the feast of Karamu? Little Rabbit asked his mother. Shame on you, Little Rabbit, his mama said. Granna Rabbit is sick, and all you think about is your stomach. You go outside. Little Rabbit hopped out and sat on the big, gnarled tree stump. He really wanted to go and talk to Granna Rabbit. She was very wise. Little Rabbit sat and thought. He thought about all the things his Granna said about Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is a special time when we help each other. That's what Granna Rabbit said. That's it? Little Rabbit jumped up and danced around. I'll bring Granna Rabbit a special treat for Karamu that will make her feel better. Little Rabbit hopped down the road. Where are you going so fast? Mama Oriole asked Little Rabbit. I'm going to find a tasty treat for Granna Rabbit. She's sick. I want her to have a good Karamu. Little Rabbit hopped away. Mama Oriole didn't know what Karamu was, but she knew Granna Rabbit. Granna Rabbit always brought out warm seed cakes and worm pudding when the weather got cold. Poor Granna Rabbit, said Mama Oriole. I wish there was something I could do to help. Little Rabbit stopped by the side of the path. He looked under some logs to see if he could find something special for Granna Rabbit. What are you doing, Little Rabbit? Asked the Groundhog, sticking his head out of a patch of grass. I'm trying to find a zawadi for Granna Rabbit. She's sick. I want her to feel better. Little Rabbit hopped off. Groundhog didn't know what a zawadi was, but he knew Granna Rabbit. She always had time to make little toys for the animals when they were bored. Poor Granna Rabbit, said the Groundhog. I wish there was something I could do to help. Little Rabbit hopped down to the pond. Maybe he could find something pretty for Granna Rabbit. What are you doing? Little Rabbit asked the frogs. I'm looking for something pretty for Granna Rabbit. She's sick. She should have something pretty to hang on the wall at Kwanzaa time. Little Rabbit scratched an ear and hopped away. The frogs didn't know anything about Kwanzaa time, but they knew Granna Rabbit. She could paint beautiful pictures and write wonderful poems. Poor Granna Rabbit, said one of the frogs. I wish there was something we could do to help. Little Rabbit hopped through the fields looking for berries. Where are you going, Little Rabbit? Momma Field Mouse asked. She was dragging all of her children behind her. Granna Rabbit is sick, said Little Rabbit. I'm going to make sure she has a good Karamu. I'm going to find as many berries as I can. Little Rabbit looked proud as he hopped through the meadow. Momma Field Mouse didn't know anything about Karamu, but she knew Granna Rabbit. Granna Rabbit helped out with the children when Momma Field Mouse had to run errands. Poor Granna Rabbit, said Momma Field Mouse. I wish there was something I could do to help. Little Rabbit scampered through the trees. Good morning, Little Rabbit, said Papa Squirrel. Why are you sniffing around the trees? I'm looking for something to give Granna Rabbit. She's sick. I want her to have a good Kwanzaa. Little Rabbit hopped away. Papa Squirrel didn't know anything about Kwanzaa, but he knew Granna Rabbit. She always helped gather nuts in the fall. She even helped him remember where he hid them. Poor Granna Rabbit, said Papa Squirrel. I wish there was something I could do to help. Little Rabbit spent the whole day trying to find something for Granna Rabbit. He searched as hard as he could, but he didn't find anything at all. He was very sad. I guess I'm too little to do anything. As the sun was setting, he hopped slowly home. When he opened the door, he had a big surprise. Everyone was there. Granna Rabbit was sitting in the big chair with a huge smile on her face. The frogs had brought pink flowers from the lily pads. Mama, Papa, Spider hung them from the ceiling like lanterns. Mama Oriole was conducting a fine chorus of birds. Groundhog brought little toys and gifts for everyone. Momma Field Mouse had gotten together with Mama Possum and Mama Raccoon to make a delicious feast. The air was full of excitement. Mama Rabbit served the plates, and Little Rabbit ate until he thought he would burst. After that, Papa Rabbit told funny stories about Brer Rabbit and Nasi, the spider, guinea fowl, and mosquito. The stories made everyone laugh. Then Papa Spider plucked on his web strings. Cricket got out of his fiddle, and all the animals had a wonderful dance. Granna Rabbit taught everyone a new word. Arambe! She called out as her friends danced. It means, let's pull together. We don't need anyone to tell us that, said Papa Squirrel. We already pulled together. Everyone laughed and shouted, Arambe! 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 When the Karamu was over, Little Rabbit sat with his Granna in the big chair. Why are you so sad, Little Rabbit? His Granna asked. Didn't you have a good time? Yes, Little Rabbit said quietly, but I wanted to do something special for you. Granna Rabbit just laughed. You silly rabbit, she said, hugging Little Rabbit tight. If you hadn't gone off looking for Karamu this morning, it never would have found its way here tonight. Little Rabbit frowned. But I'm the only one who didn't have anything to share. His Granna smiled. You shared your dream, Little Rabbit, and your dream brought all of our friends and neighbors together. That's a big thing. Little Rabbit felt proud. My dream did all that. Yes, I'm not surprised though, his Granna said. Why not? Little Rabbit asked. Because I have faith in you. If you have faith, Little Rabbit, there's always hope. Oh, I'll try to remember that, said Little Rabbit, yawning. By the way, said Granna Rabbit, snuggling him close, this was the best Karamu ever. And that's the end.